Welcome to Goon Squad Anime. We talk about anime that you're going to be watching. I'm Ron from Chicago,
I'm MC2K.
I'm Asian Nick.
and today we're going to be talking about Tower of the Gods, episode 2. Was it 3/400s?
3/400s.
That's
Yes.
what I just said. 3 4
Yes.
hundredths. All right. So starts off back where they're still doing the second challenge, where they still have to reduce the numbers to 200 people. So far, our main character Bam, he's met up with Rook.
Rack.
That's his name? Rack?
Rack.
No. He met up with both of them, Rook and Rack.
Are you talking about which one? The alligator guy is Rack, and Goon is the blue blonde, the white bluish blonde. Yeah.
Cool.
Goon, like Khun.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you listen to stuff without sound. So they met up and
He was still
Rack
trying
was
to fight Bam.
Huh?
He was still trying to fight Bam.
Rack, yeah.
Yeah, and then Goon kept trying to convince him to join up with him because the next challenge had started. Because right when he was about to hit Bam, that the next challenge ended, and then they started the next one when they said you had to group up.
Well, there's a little bit stuff that happened before that because, like, you leave off with that fight where they left off, and Rack is like trying to fight him because he's like, the way I get stronger is fighting strong enemies, and Kun starts walking off because he's like, oh, I'm gonna go find other people, other strong people, while y'all two fight, and then he notices that Bam has the Black March.
Yep.
And so then he comes back and then he like kind of like tosses his Rack's cape onto his head, and then they hide behind that alien looking dude. And while Rack starts running off to go look for him, and then that's when they start like trying to find other people, because basically Kun says he doesn't want to kill anybody. He wants to find strong allies, and he doesn't also want to go with the rules. He wants to make his own rules, basically.
I think he knows a lot about this tower compared to everyone else.
Right.
Yeah, because that's like something that happens at the end. The dude kind of lets you know that something's off about Goon.
Yeah, because like I feel like he knows a lot about the tower. Who knows? He might have been able to do it once before. I don't know if it's like a one and done thing.
I don't know, but that's what we're about to find out.
Yeah.
So right after, go ahead.
I was about to say, as they're talking, Kun says like, "Hey, where'd you get the Black March from?" And he's like, "Because only the princess is supposed to have it." And he tells him that he's just borrowing it. She let him borrow it, so it's just like piqued his curiosity about him even more. And so he says, "Hey, let's form allies." And he's like, "Okay." And right at that second, right when they form their little pact, Rack shows up and tries to take a swipe, and then that's where the test ends because all 200. They reduced the number to the 200 like they told them to. And then goes on to the second part of the test, which is then they have to find 2 allies within 5 minutes. And it doesn't matter if they do give the caveat where it doesn't matter as long as you're just touching 2 people, basically.
Yeah, which is weird because like right after that, when they had to push through the wall, and everyone did it at their own pace.
Yeah. I mean, so, Rack obviously says, no, I don't want to team up, but basically they try to trick him to teaming up and wound up like waiting till the last second to touch him so they all can pass the test together.
Yeah, so now he's stuck with them.
Yeah. But then we also get introduced to our, it seems like the other 3 main characters.
Anak, the green chick.
The lizard chick. Hats is like sword guy, and
Yep.
then Shibisu Shibisu is the purple tracksuit guy, and it's funny because he sees them starting to fight each other before the test ended, and he's like, "Oh man, they're really good," and they're totally ignoring me.
Yeah, that whole time. Yeah.
Yeah. And then once the test does end and they try to find the allies, he goes up to him. He's like, "Hey guys, we'd be a great team. We're super strong." And so Anak and Hats introduce themselves, and then Shibisu is about to introduce himself, and he's like, and they start walking off. They're like, "Okay, let's go find a strong ally." Yeah, he's so mad. And so that's the end of the second test. And then they get transported into another room, the base of the tower, the floor 1 of the tower, right? Or the base of the tower. And they get introduced to Leroy Rowe.
Yeah.
Leroy Rowe. And he's the test captain, but he's also a ranker. And what
Yeah.
a ranker is someone that's actually climbed the tower to the top. So we finally meet one person that's actually completed the whole tower before. And
He's
so
strong as hell.
yeah, and he's strong. So he's like, "Hey, there's too many people. There's more people here than I expected, so I'm gonna do another test." And so he's like, he puts up a Shinsu wall, which is the source of the power of the tower. And it's
Yep.
like water looking thing. So he puts up that wall, and when he does, it pushes everyone back. And he's
Except
like, "Hey,"
for
yeah, and he's like, "Hey, you have to pass the wall, walk through the wall to go to the next portion of the test." But as he's doing that, freaking Bam didn't get pushed back. He's actually on the other side. And he's like, "I'm sorry, I'll go through the other side of the wall and walk back through." And he's like, "No, you passed the test because part of the test is, luck." Yeah, having luck. So as they're doing that too, Bam starts talking to Lero, and Lero's like, "Hey, let's make a bet of who will pass through the wall first." And they both picked Anak at the same time, and he's like, "Why did you pick her?" And he's like, I don't know, I just felt something about her."
She did that shit.
She definitely just walked right through it.
Yeah. And I don't know if you noticed too, like the weapon that she uses has like those 3 little red eyes like on the Black March. I don't know if y'all noticed that.
No.
Now I gotta look at it again. Now I have to go see it.
Yeah, so when you see her and Hats fighting, go look back at it, you'll see you can kind of see the 3 dots on her sword. But I don't know if to me it looks like the same mark. It could be something different, but who knows?
All right.
So, and then
he did get to ask about his friend though.
Oh yeah, about Rachel. He asked her. Yeah, he since he did part of the bet is that he would answer any question that he had. So one of his questions was about Rachel, and he says didn't know if, never met her, but it's possible that she's already passed so many floors, because it seems like time is a different. I would say a different time is, I guess, different for when you go through.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Then Bam also like made a comment where he was like, "So that doesn't mean me and Rachel are from a different world."
Yeah.
When Leroy was explaining it to him.
Right.
Yeah. So we thought everybody was from different worlds.
So that's what I'm saying. I thought like the tower was like the center of the universes. And people just go there to test their might. But I guess just Bam and Rachel are somewhere different.
Right. And so he answers that question, and then he also Bam also asked him about irregulars, and he explains the irregulars to him that it's not a bad thing. It's just you're kind of special, I would say.
Yeah, because he's talking about how there's people who are chosen by what is boy's name? Hedon. Yeah, Hedon. Those are like the normal contestants or whatever. Then you guys are the people who came from different reasons or different ways.
Right.
They usually,
So go ahead, Rum.
no, he said when irregulars come, they're usually like super strong.
Yeah. So and then we also see Hats walks through it perfectly fine, and then we see a character that's always wrapped in like a sleeping bag pass through, and then he just falls back asleep again. And then
Reminds me of Eraserhead.
yeah. Oh yeah, no, he does kind of remind me of Eraserhead a little bit. And then Shibisu tries to walk through and he can't. Along with like another girl that's like, oh, I can walk through. You need a strong woman to walk through, and she can't walk through herself. But both of them wound up making it through the wall, but which seemed like they were just using brute force and willpower to force their way through the wall, and they both make it through. And then I guess that goes to our next portion of the test, which is test 3, which we find out it's called the Red Door. But also too, before I forget that Leroy, sorry, trying to say Leroy over here. Leroy warns Bam about Coon, like, hey, you need to watch out for him.
Yeah.
So, and that's where the episode kind of ends.
Yeah, I know. I want to know more. I was like, why did he give him this warning about this guy?
Yeah, so that means Coon's like either he's like
I think he might have ulterior motives of why he wants to climb the tower.
Yeah.
Or maybe Coon tried to climb the tower before, and the other guy just knew who he was.
Right.
And he just maybe there's only one person can reach the top for that.
Or he's had people before, he like sacrificed them or something like that to get where he wanted to go. I don't know. But it'd make it interesting because I mean I like Coon already, so we'll see.
Yeah,
but he's strong enough to pass through the wall, so he's not weak.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, 0 effort. Him and Rack both just walked through with 0 effort. It'll be interesting because it seems like the other character that we get introduced right at the end, which we don't know who it is yet, kind of is like, oh, Coon says his full name, is here. So I mean, it'll be interesting to see what backstory we get on him.
Well, that's why we got to wait till next week to find out more.
Yep. Or it should be today or tomorrow. The new episode might come out. So
hopefully today.
Yeah. So we'll watch it.
I'm all for it, man.
I mean, it's pretty good. I'm definitely interested to see how the rest of the show develops. I'm good with it.
Yeah, I mean, I could see this going, several seasons because, each floor or, each one, but at least they're making the story interesting. I mean, it's caught me. I'm hooked.
Definitely.
Y'all got anything else?
No, not really, man. We pretty much covered everything.
Yeah.
Not too much happened. It was just like a short, finishing up on the fight, going through the next door, and then that was where it pretty much ended.
Yeah. It got us where it needed to be, and then got us intrigued at the end. Like it got us from one test to the next test. So, yeah.
How many how many tests do you think they have to go through before?
I mean, it's got to be I don't know for the stretch across the whole anime. It depends on how long the anime is gonna be in, but there's got to be like a lot of floors.
Yeah. Do you think that's what the test is? Is each floor is a different test, or do you think there's so many tests before they can actually climb the tower?
I think they're climbing the tower for each test.
Yeah, I think the tests are part of climbing the tower.
Okay.
So I'm starting to. I think that every test they lose half the people.
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
Because the first test they already lost half. This next one they lost another half. So just assume that for each one there is going to keep going down by half.
That would be interesting. I don't know if they would do that though, because I mean, I guess it could happen. I mean, maybe not for each test, but maybe eventually it starts dwindling down to there's only maybe one person at the top of the tower.
Exactly, and that's who's who gets the power. I guess they're immortal once you reach the top. Because the guy, he definitely mentioned that it can make you immortal.
Yeah, I mean that's if you ask for it though. It says it can make you a god or whatever you want, basically.
Too bad Bam don't want none of that.
I know. All he wants is Rachel, and who knows if she even wants him.
Yeah.
Probably not because she ran away from him.
Yeah. Well, there's probably more to her backstory that we'll probably wind up finding out later.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully they tell us sooner than later because I want to know.
Yeah.
I kind of feel I got like a feeling that like the king of Jahaz like has like he's gonna be like either corrupt or something bad about him is gonna come into play too.
Maybe he captured Rachel and now she's a slave.
Oh yeah, that could possibly happen. I could see that happening.
And then Bam has to go kill the king and overthrow the whole tower.
The whole system.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. That would be an interesting concept to do.
Yeah.
All right, check us out next episode of Tower of God. I'm Asian Nick.
No, Nick, it's me first.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. I'm from Chicago.
I'm MC2K.
I'm Asian Nick. Check us out next week. Hit that like and subscribe button.
It's free.
It is free. Social distancing. It's terrible.
Okay.
Terrible right now. But play us out, Nick.